That is an incredible point. It's long, and so Janice Tjen takes it. Incredible stuff from the Indonesian. 8 points to 6 in the first set breaker. Takes it on. Oh, that's incredible. The volley. Waves on the WTA Tour, playing in her very first main draw at 500 level. And it's victory for Janice Tjen. What a performance.
6-3.
Gets the better of Australia's #1.
Let's establish the hierarchy here, because in tennis, hierarchy is everything. The sport is designed to protect the strong and filter out the weak. Maya Joint, the Australian powerhouse, represents the establishment. She is the seed. She is the favorite. She is the player with the team, the data analytics, the nutritionists, and the pathway to the top 10. She hits the ball with a heaviness that you can hear through the microphone, a thud that signals authority. Janice Tjen, on the other hand, represents the chaos. She represents the unknown variable, and when these two forces collided, the universe decided to play a joke on Maya Joint. The first set of this match needs to be studied in psychology classes at university. It needs to be broken down by Navy SEALs to understand mental durability. For 45 minutes, Maya Joint was doing exactly what she was paid to do. She was dismantling Tjen. She was painting the lines. She was serving bombs. She was constructing points with the precision of an architect. And it led her to the promised land. It led her to set points, but not just one, not just a lucky break. She arrived at a total of 6 set points. I need to pause the simulation here and talk to you about the number 6. In the high-stakes world of professional tennis, the difference between winning and losing is often razor thin. It's a millimeter on the line. It's a net cord. It's a gust of wind. To have 6 separate individual, distinct opportunities to close out a set is an embarrassment of riches. It is a luxury that you are not supposed to squander. Psychologically, when a player has 6 set points, their brain begins to release dopamine. They start anticipating the rest. They start thinking about the second set. They mentally relax. Just a fraction of a percent. They think, if I don't get this one, I'll get the next one, or the one after that. It is the trap of abundance. But Janice Tjen was operating on a different frequency. She was operating in a scarcity mindset. She knew that if she gave an inch, she was dead. And so, on every single one of those 6 set points, she didn't just play tennis. She went to war. She refused to miss. She refused to be passive. There is a specific moment. Look at the clip around the 1 minute and 39 second mark, where Tjen is pulled so far off the court she is practically in the bleachers. Joint hits a smash that should be the end of the conversation. It is a kill shot, but Tjen, engaging some kind of primal survival instinct, throws up a lob that defies the laws of physics. It hangs in the air for what feels like an hour, and it drops like a feather, right on the baseline.
Stunning stuff. They're going to change ends at 4-2 for Janice Tjen. And that's well done. Have to move to those balls very, very fast. And beautifully constructed.
That was the moment the match changed. That was the moment Maya Joint looked across the net and saw that she wasn't playing against a human being. She was playing against a wall that had grown a soul. You could see the panic set in. You have to understand the sunk cost fallacy here. Joint had invested so much energy, so much emotion into winning that first set. She had fired 6 bullets, and the target was still standing. When Tjen won the tiebreak 8-6, it wasn't just a lost set for Joint. It was a total collapse of her worldview. She had done everything right, and she had been punished for it. That is a feeling that breaks athletes. Now the critics, the skeptics, they will tell you that comebacks happen all the time. They will say, sure, she got lucky in the first set. And usually they would be right. Usually the underdog burns out. The adrenaline dump after winning a set like that is massive. Your hands start to shake. Your legs feel like jelly. The cortisol floods your system. The smart money was on Maya Joint to regroup, to use her superior fitness and ranking to crush Tjen in the second and third sets. That is what the script says. That is what the algorithm predicts. But Janice Tjen burned the algorithm. The second set was not a regression. It was an evolution. Tjen didn't come out defensive. She came out smelling blood. She realized that she had taken Maya Joint's best punch 6 times in a row, and she was still standing. That realization gave her a superpower. It gave her the freedom to swing freely. Look at the footage from the second set. Look at the net exchanges. There is a volley at the 3-minute and 30-second mark, where Tjen reacts to a ball traveling at probably 80 miles per hour from close range. She doesn't flinch. She just blocks it into the open court with the casual indifference of someone swatting a fly. That is the flow state. The flow state is that elusive mental zone where time slows down, where the noise of the crowd fades into a dull hum, where you are not thinking about your grip or your footwork. You are just existing in pure reaction. Tjen was in the flow. Maya Joint was in the mud. Joint was fighting her own mind. She was fighting the ghosts of the 6 set points she wasted. Every time she wound up for a forehand, there was a little voice in the back of her head whispering, "What if she gets this one back too?" And that millisecond of doubt is all Tjen needed. At 5-3 in the second set, Tjen served for the match. Now let's talk about the heavy arm. In tennis, the closer you get to the finish line, the heavier your racket feels. Your muscles tighten up, your toss goes awry. It is the body's physiological response to the fear of success. Tjen was serving for the biggest win of her career, at a WTA 500 level. The points on the line here are career-altering. The prize money is life-changing. But watch her routine. Bounce, bounce, toss, hit. No hesitation, no drama, just cold, calculated execution. She closed out the match 7-6, 6-3. But the scoreline doesn't tell the story. The scoreline says it was a competitive straight sets win. The reality is that it was a psychological torture session. It was Janice Tjen breaking into the bank of Maya Joint's confidence and emptying the vault. So why are we doing a 25-minute deep dive on a first-round match? Why does this matter in the grand scheme of things? Because this match is a microcosm of the changing landscape of women's tennis. For years we have been told that the top players are untouchable, that the gap between the seeds in the field is a canyon. Janice Tjen just showed us that the gap is an illusion. The gap is not physical. Everyone hits the ball hard. Everyone trains 6 hours a day. Everyone has a good serve. The gap is mental. The difference between being ranked 50th and being ranked 500th often comes down to what you do when you are staring down a set point. Do you fold or do you fight? Janice Tjen proved that she has the mental architecture of a Grand Slam champion. She has the hardware. Now she just needs the experience. This win in Abu Dhabi is not an endpoint. It is a launch pad. It is a signal flare to the rest of the tour that there is a new predator in the ecosystem. And think about the implications for Maya Joint. This is the kind of loss that keeps you awake at night for months. This is the kind of loss that forces you to change your coaching staff, change your racket, change your training regimen, because you cannot rationalize it. You cannot explain it away. You had 6 bullets, and you missed. That trauma will linger. But for Tjen, this is the fuel. She now knows in her bones that she is unkillable. She knows that no matter what the score is, no matter how dire the situation looks, she has a way out. That belief is the most dangerous weapon in sports. As we wrap up this analysis, I want you to remember this name, Janice Tjen. You might not see her on the front page of ESPN tomorrow. You might not see her on the Nike billboards next week. But if you love the sport of tennis, if you love the drama of human competition, you need to put her on your radar. Because what we saw in the desert was not a fluke. It was a revelation. It was the day logic died, and a new star was born. Thank you for watching this extended deep dive. We don't do surface-level analysis here. We go deep into the soul of the game. If you appreciate this kind of content, if you want to understand the why and not just the what, then you need to subscribe. You need to like this video, and you need to share it with a friend who thinks they understand tennis. And tell me in the comments below, have you ever seen a player save 6 set points and look so calm doing it? I want to hear your theories. Until next time, keep your eye on the ball and never ever give up.